Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello, welcome to Triviality. My name is Ken, and today's episode is sponsored by our favorite 7-year-old listener, Henry Head. How you doing out there, Henry? But today in the studio, my normal cohorts, Neal, Jeff, Matt. How you doing?
Doing all right.
Did you say the line?
I did not say the title.
You know what?
No, it's
mixing
fine.
it up.
I mean, when it's on a show with the lack of seriousness and a little bit of knowledge, sometimes you don't need to say the line.
Thank you. I felt like this kind of pain from not having heard the line to start the show. I didn't think we could even do it.
Well, now you're relieved that Neal said the line.
I'll relieve you anytime, Jeff.
I'm just trying to mix it up for the listeners a little bit.
Yeah, it's just you want to mix it up. It's like getting a bag of candy on Halloween, and you want to get a Clark bar, but you get a Snickers.
I think if you've done something 77 times one way, you should continue to do it that way.
All right, so I'll revert back to the normal. But today, we're super excited. We have some Skype guests coming to us today. First of all, Henry's father, Josh Head. How you doing?
Good. Doing great.
You're coming to us all the way from Austin, Texas, and you are a United States champion, so thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem, man. I really enjoy the show.
And besides being a great dad, what do you do out there?
I work for a software company. I do the back-end stuff, so it's not real glamorous, but it makes the living.
It's a living.
And today his teammate is going to be Liz Hoffman, also from Texas, but now lives in Seattle. So how are you doing today, Liz?
Yes. I'm originally from Sugar Land, Texas, but I live just outside of Seattle. I am in supply chain management out here on the West Coast, and I'm so excited to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. And since you guys are both from Texas, you guys came up with a pretty good team name.
Yeah, Texas Connection.
The Texas Connection, which sounds like a pretty good movie, too.
Mm-hmm. It does sound... I believe they should spell it, though, Texas Connection with the K-E-N for Ken.
Right. I believe that means it's vaguely related, right?
Vaguely related.
It's like the French Connection, but with way less smoking, right?
That's right.
But potentially some chainsaws.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think Jeff is going to sit this one out, and we're bringing back Team Meal for another run.
Yes.
Yeah, did we win?
Yeah, we were Team Happy Meal.
Oh, that's right. Okay. See, I don't remember anymore.
If we lose, we're Team Morose Meal.
Oh, okay. So what's our toy? What's the toy that we're giving out? I vote for the glass Batman... the glass
from Batman Forever?
Yeah, the Batman Forever glass.
Why were we both thinking of that?
I don't know.
Why would you give children glass?
Well, I remember I was so excited. I went to McDonald's all the time, and I was like, I want to get the new Batman glass or the Joker glass or the Riddler glass, and then I would drink soda out of it when I got home.
I go chicken nugget that turns into a transformer, but either way.
Something tells me I have some of those glasses somewhere.
Oh, you should find them.
Yeah.
I go Teeny Beanie Baby.
Oh, yes. My dad has a full collection, which we've gone over multiple times on the show.
But I'm going to be bringing it with the questions today. Doing something kind of interesting. I'm just kind of trying some stream of consciousness question writing. So all my questions are actually...
in tongues?
Based around song titles from a specific band. I just went straight down 2 of their albums for the most part, minus the final round. I don't expect anybody to know where these are coming from, and they're not heavily related to the song titles. But if you want to play a little mini game at home, feel free. But it's a deep dive, so don't expect to get this. And without further ado, let's toss to the rules guy.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop! Nobody does it better.
I'm pretty sure the rules guy likes this band too, so...
Yeah.
Actually, I know very little about the rules guy. But,
yeah, what is with the rules guy?
He's actually in Illinois.
Is he?
Yeah, he's in Southern Illinois. He does a lot of voiceover work.
We should have him on for an interview.
I don't know. Yeah, we should actually. I don't know how far south he is, but yeah, we should have him on. And
what's his real name, Neal?
Yeah, his name's Darren Millar, or Marlar, depending on the pronunciation. But he's in Southern Illinois, so we'll have to get him on the show and do a live read for Ken. Of the rules,
baby.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Darren, for all these great reads that you do, and you'll forever be known as the rules guy. All right, so if you guys are ready, I'll go ahead and read my first question. Round 1, question 1. Between the 13th and 15th of February 1945, U.S. and British coalition bombers dropped high explosives and incendiary devices on what German city, destroying 1,600 acres of the city center?
So, I don't know, Berlin or...
Yeah, my first thought was Berlin, and then I thought there's no way that's right because that's like the obvious answer.
Yeah, I don't... what other cities are in Germany that would be Berlin? I know it's so bad.
East Berlin.
Hamburg.
Hamburg.
Hamburg. Was that like an epicenter?
No, he's just playing off the Happy Meal.
Yeah.
Hot dog.
Hot dog, Hamburg. The Hamburg hot dog.
Munich.
I don't know.
It's a movie.
What's movie?
You like movies?
It's a Spielberg movie.
Okay,
We'll
we're
lock
locked.
You know, there's a different Spielberg movie about World War II.
Oh, yeah. I know.
All right.
We both pretty much hit on Dresden, first of all, trying to come up with and see if there were any other cities that we knew that got bombed very heavily. But I think we're going to go with Dresden. Can we go ahead and lock that in?
Okay, they're locked in with Dresden. And
Reminds me of the Dresden Files.
Yeah.
Meal, what are you going with?
My sister had a doll from Dresden.
Yeah, Matt and I had a very in-depth conversation about war and planning and
Very respectful.
Very respectful, and we just kind of decided on Munich based on the Spielberg movie.
Quick draw.
I believe it's Dresden.
And the answer is Dresden.
Yeah.
All right. Bad start.
Bad start.
Sad meal.
Not enough salt on those fries. It's going to be a bad meal.
Yeah.
All right. Question 2. Let's see what happens. In Game of Thrones, bastards from the north have the surname of Snow, and bastards from the Stormlands are named Storm. What is the surname for bastards from Dorne?
Locked in.
Why is it? Damn it, Jeff.
All right.
So we're going to mute and chat.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know the show that well to do it.
Sorry.
Lannister, is that?
Lannister. Yeah, he's he's Tyrion Lannister, but he's not technically a bastard. His mom just looked at him or his dad does because he killed his mom from birth. So wait, so Snow is the north, Stormborn is Storm, and then Dorne is the oh man, which one? Dorne's not the fish one. That's Pike. I don't know.
I've read the first half of the first book.
Okay, I have a locked in answer.
Okay. We thought about it pretty quickly. Came up with Sand. That's the only other bastard last name that I could think of was Sand, and so she agreed with me, and that's what we're locking in with.
Okay, they're in with Sand. How about you guys?
Yeah, we didn't know. We've only seen a little bit of the show, and this wasn't something that we could pull, even though we just wrote a Game of Thrones themed game, but we couldn't think of it. So we just locked in with Reek.
And quick draw?
Sand.
And the correct answer is Sand.
For the record, the Chargers quarterback has my favorite bastard last name, which is Rivers, and I believe that's the Crown Lands in Game of Thrones.
All right. Good job, guys. Number 3. The Beaufort scale, developed by Irish hydrographer Francis Beaufort, is a system of measuring what weather-related phenomenon?
I think so. The Beaufort scale. For some reason, what's coming to me is either rainfall or something to do with hurricanes or something.
Okay, and I was vaguely thinking it has something to do with like tsunami waves.
Oh, like the basically like a Richter scale for tsunamis.
Like the height of the crest of a.
Okay, that sounds right. I mean, you said the height of tsunamis.
I just think tsunami would be fine.
Then we have to factor in the Japanese connection.
Yeah, that's true.
You idiot.
All right, we're locked in. You guys can feel free to talk out.
So we're thinking. My first thought was that Beaufort scale related to wind. So 2 weather-related things dealing with wind would be like how you measure hurricanes, how you measure tornadoes. Josh, what are you thinking?
Hydrographer makes me think something to do with water now. I don't know. I got nothing. Whatever.
Yeah, kind of coming up like 2. Do we just want to go with tornado just to close it out? I don't think I'm right, but I don't have a better answer.
I guess so. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Okay. We'll
Tornado?
go with tornado.
You guys?
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of the things that you were talking about, we thought it had to do with water or wind speed, and when you add those together, we were thinking tsunami, so we locked in with tsunami.
Quick draw?
Just to guess something different than everybody else, I said humidity.
Well, a lot of you guys said the correct answer. It's a little simpler than you made it. It's just wind speed or wind force.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully the winds blow our way on this next one.
Ooh, nice transition.
Next question. In his heyday, what silent film comedy mastermind produced, directed, and acted in such films as Sherlock Jr., Steamboat Bill Jr., and The Cameraman?
You said Steamboat
Willie.
Steamboat Bill Jr., Sherlock Jr., and The Cameraman.
When you talk about silent film stars who were triple threats or quadruple threats.
You're thinking the Chaplin?
No, not Chaplin. So you either go Chaplin, Buster Keaton, or Harold Lloyd are usually the top three. I believe Buster Keaton was in Steamboat Bill. If that's that's the General. See, now I'm questioning myself. Sherlock Jr.
No, you know what? I just watched an Adam Ruins Everything yesterday about things ending up in public domain, and they were talking about how Buster Keaton was in a movie that Steamboat Willie, the Mickey Mouse character, was copied from. So Buster Keaton could possibly.
Okay, I don't think it's Chaplin. So it's either Harold Lloyd or Buster Keaton. So I'd probably go Buster Keaton. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Right away, I just went to Buster Keaton because that's I've seen Sherlock Jr. before, and I'm pretty sure that he was in it. And the only other silent movie star that I could think of was Chaplin, and none of those were Chaplin movies. So that's what we locked in with, was Keaton.
Okay, Buster Keaton. Meal?
Kudos to Matt on this one. I said it was either Chaplin, Buster Keaton, or Harold Lloyd, and he said he remembered Buster Keaton being in one of these films, so we went Buster Keaton.
Okay, and Quick Draw?
And he's left the room.
Quick Draw has left the studio, so it looks like he's getting skipped on this question, and the correct answer is Buster Keaton.
All right.
Hey, on the board.
Ooh.
To be fair, Jeff he wrote a 0 and then left the room, so I don't think he was. I don't think he was.
He's back. He's back. Did you have an answer for that one? Quick Draw?
Yeah, I was thinking, I only have two names that I can think of. I was thinking Charlie Chaplin was too easy, so I guessed one of my other favorite physical comedians of the time. I said Buster Keaton.
And Quick Draw's right, too.
Very convenient walking in. Buster Keaton.
And next...
I actually just watched a Vox video on Buster Keaton the other day.
Next question. The serval and the caracal are members of what big animal family?
I'm locked in.
Serval or caracal? You said what animal?
What animal family? Yeah, what kind of animal are they?
Caracal. Caracal sounds avian to me, but caracal, I feel like there's an... Oh, no, maybe it's a monkey.
I was thinking it was that little monkey that it puts its arms up to defend itself, and then people are selling them. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever... Serval, for some reason, makes me think of snakes, and I don't think it is.
Oh, really? Quit monkeying around.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I was watching a show with Henry, and it's the serval rings a bell that it's a cat that can jump really high. And I remember them being on like a basketball court, and the cat could jump up and like hit the rim.
Wow.
And that's I don't know the other one, but that's all I've got. That's all I can come up with on that. Okay, so we'll lock in with cat.
Okay, big cat. How about you guys?
Yeah, Matt, I'll let you explain it.
No, I didn't actually have a reason. It just when he said monkey, it sounded like a type of monkey I heard before, and I said okay, and we locked in with monkey.
Quick Draw?
Yeah, there's a Magic the Gathering card called Regal Caracal. It gives all other cats +1/+1 counters, so it is the cat. Felidae, I believe, is the...
Cats. Good job, guys.
I'll tell you in another life when we are both cats. Cats! Cats!
Oh, man.
So would we say that was the cat's meow?
Absolutely.
I would like to wipe that question from my memory.
Yes. So
Okay, Grisabella.
through the first 5, Team Meal, I believe, has 10 points.
Yeah.
Team Texas Connection has 40 points, and so does Team Quick Draw.
We're getting crushed.
Yeah, that's all right, though. We're just here for the fun.
This meal is expired.
All right, a little bit
I can't wait to hear, though, if Henry remembers the serval cat from the cartoon thing.
I can tell you he probably
That was a
will,
good pull.
So, yeah, I can tell you he probably will remember that.
All right. Only Henry will know.
Yes.
But moving on to the next question. What nation, which gained its independence from the UK in 1946, is ruled by a monarch named Abdullah II and Prime Minister Omar Razaz, who is not a member of the Basketball Hall of Fame?
We're struggling on this one. We're
Yeah.
trying to come up with British former colonies or former protectorates or something.
There's
that
only
gained
a couple.
independence.
Yeah.
And we're assuming with the names that you provided, those would be like a majority Islamic nations, possibly like Middle East, maybe, or I don't know.
Yeah. The ones I think we're kind of playing around with mentally are maybe Qatar or Kuwait or Jordan. We can't remember. We can't remember if any or all or none of them were actually part of the British Empire at one point in time.
That would be good
So we
information to
apologize
have.
to any international listeners. I don't have a strong feeling about any of them either. Maybe Qatar or Kuwait, one of
Let's
those
go. Let's go with Qatar.
That's good. That's a good
Yeah.
good answer.
World Cup host.
And you guys went with?
two. Yeah.
Matt really wanted to go with India, and we ended up just going with Saudi Arabia.
Okay. Well, the reason I mentioned the Basketball
Did you
Hall
want-
of Fame. Oh, quick draw. I'm sorry.
Yeah, King Abdullah II is in charge of Saudi Arabia.
Well, the reason I mentioned the Basketball Hall of Fame is because the country is Jordan.
Oh,
Oh, you're right. It is Jordan. Damn it.
you were so confident.
There is an Abdullah in Saudi Arabia.
Why did you give us false hope?
I know. We
like
got so excited, and then it just pulled it away from us.
All right. Question number 7. What 2007 film features a plot that sees our underage protagonist attempting to acquire a fictional brand of Gold Flake vodka called Gold Slick in order to impress girls?
Yeah.
I'm locked in.
We're locked in.
Okay, Liz, I think is it Superbad?
Yeah, I think super bad. I'm just remembering the McLovin
Yeah,
Hawaii.
yeah,
ID.
yeah. I think that's around the right time frame. So
Okay. Super bad. Meal?
This question made us a happy meal because we are McLovin it. We said super bad.
And in a movie that holds up surprisingly well, super bad.
When I was researching this question, I was looking for like quotes from the movie, and I was just crying because they're so funny.
Yeah, it was
It's
funny.
relentless. It's super bad.
Yeah, when that came out, we got like tickets to a private screening. This is before anyone knew what the movie was. They were doing a test screening to get audience participation or like opinion, and we had to put our cell phones in an envelope. And I remember having no idea what we were going to watch, and I watched, and I was like, "Oh man, this movie's going to be a big hit," because it was just so crazy at the time. I was like,
All right, next question. What call-in radio show that began in 1983 and lives on today as a podcast hosted by Amber Rose featured hosts over the years such as Mike Catherwood and Stryker, though they are not the most famous hosts?
"Yeah, we're locked in."
Okay.
the only one that I can think of that's a call-in radio show type of thing that was kind of long and seems like it would have Amber Rose as a host would be like Loveline, maybe.
Like, did Adam Carolla and somebody else used to have one as well? I'm trying to. I think that
they were on
Loveline.
Adam Carolla.
Adam Carolla
and
was on
Dr.
Howard Stern.
Drew. Yeah, Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew were the hosts, and he said the other people weren't the most famous hosts. So
Right.
I'm guessing that's probably that would be my best guess. I can't think of any other radio call-in shows.
Okay, let's go with Loveline.
Meal?
All right.
Yeah, we went with Loveline as well because of the clues, but also because you talk about it a lot, surprisingly. So yeah.
And Jeff?
Yeah, just based on sheer affinity for the show, I said Loveline.
I do love me some Loveline, especially I like classic Loveline,
Yeah.
but it is Loveline. All right, next question. This one's a little fun. I just dropped a new heavy metal album called The Biblical Plagues of Egypt. Track 1 is called Rivers of Blood. Tracks 7 and 8 are called Fire, Hail, and Swarms of Locusts, respectively. Be creative and tell me what I can reasonably entitle track 10. So give me a good metal song name with your guess.
I'm locked in.
I believe, I could be wrong, but if it's Magnolia is any indication, I think it's Frogs,
You think Frogs is the 10th one?
because that's the end of the movie when the frogs
Okay.
come down.
Which one is Firstborn Son?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I'm just thinking of a completely different thing, and I just know at the end of Magnolia the frogs come down, but I don't know if that is if that's one of the plagues. It'd be a funny answer though.
All this I've been seeing the last ones. It's like, frogs,
And on the 10th day, my worst plague. Frogs.
What about like brimstone? That's not a plague,
fire and
right?
brimstone? That's along with fire. They go together. You know.
Hey.
Welcome to Loveline.
So-
How can we help you?
I was waiting for like the welcome to Love line.
More help
So-
needed in studio.
Okay, given the 10 plagues, we were just talking, I'm Jewish. Shout out to the Hoffman Cooper extended family clan.
Shout
who
out.
will know that Passover is my favorite holiday.
Whoop, whoop.
So we weren't sure how to make this more death metal sounding than it already does.
It's pretty.
But the 10th plague is death of the firstborn child.
Oh. Okay, now I feel like an idiot.
And what was your answer?
We said scepter of the frog beast.
All right, so basically frogs.
Yeah.
Frogs are number 2.
Yeah.
Frogs.
I mean, okay.
That's track 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quick draw.
Death of the firstborn.
Okay, it is death of the firstborn. So
Yeah.
good job, guys.
We should have called it Rumpelstiltskin.
And the last question of the first round. Based on a comic by Robert Crumb, without his blessing, mind you, what 1972 film was the first animated movie to receive an X rating from the U.S.?
It's the metal movie.
Heavy metal?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that is a dirty movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of naked breasts in that movie.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was Crumb, but yeah, I mean, heavy metal is. I do remember that being really
In
dirty.
1972, the time.
I feel like it was 80s, but I'm fine with that. I can't think of another movie.
Okay.
You want to do heavy metal?
Yes, we
It
are.
fits the
live.
theme of the round.
Death becomes the firstborn. I'm trying to make it even more metal.
You guys can talk it out.
Man, I don't know. I have no idea. I've got nothing.
I don't know who Robert Crumb is except for what you told us in the question. So I'm kind of just picking a cartoon out of thin air that I know is wrong, and I have nothing.
I don't know. Felix the cat. I don't know.
The X-rated Felix the Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Felix the cat.
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys?
Yeah, Matt just said the words heavy metal. I thought it might be in the 80s, but I do remember that one being a dirty movie, so we just went heavy metal.
And quick draw?
The only Crumb I know is Victor Crumb, so I said Goblet of Fire.
Not correct. That answer is incorrect. Actually, the Texas connection was closer than they think because it's Fritz the cat.
Fritz. That's what it was. I knew it was something to do with a cat, but I couldn't think.
Kind of a cat theme,
what it was.
That
too.
darn cat. Right.
Man, we're getting crushed. Great
Yeah.
teamwork over there at Texas Connection. Quick draw, you already know what you are, so we'll leave you by yourself. You're talented, and I don't think you got, 2 questions wrong?
3.
All right, just leave.
Scores?
Yeah.
Score.
So the scores going into the swing round. Team Meal bringing up the rear with 30 points. And Team Texas Connection has 70 points, tied with Quick Draw.
All right, so for the swing round, I'm going to try to do something a little fun with some sound clips.
This is where it all falls apart. for me.
I know that it's probably December by the time this airs, but currently in the studio, Halloween is approaching. So I've been thinking about vampire movies, and every clip that you hear is going to be from a vampire movie. And I'm going to give you guys a good opportunity to earn some serious points here. You'll get 10 clips, 5 points if you can name the movie that it's from, and then 5 additional points if you can name the character who is speaking in the clip. And every character is a vampire.
And
And
the
again,
character,
I need the
okay.
character in the movie specifically, because one of them is a little bit meta. And one of these is actually a TV show as well. So I'll give you that disclaimer. Only one is a TV show, though. Are you guys ready
Okay.
for the first clip?
Michael, you're one of us! Let go! You are one of us, Michael!
Okay, number 2 coming at you.
Nearly 6 centuries had passed since that night, yet the ancient blood feud proved unwilling to follow Lucian to the grave. Though lichens were fewer in number, the war itself had become more perilous, for the moon no longer held her sway.
Okay, number 3.
I like to do it. I enjoy it. Take your receipts, taste pure things. Kill them swiftly if you will. But do it! For do not doubt! You are a killer, Louis!
Okay, number 4.
Isn't that 7?
1,400 years, and then a man comes to his ancestral home, and he must convince him that he is like the man. He has to feed him when he himself hasn't eaten food in centuries. Can he even remember how to buy bread, how to select cheese and wine? And then he remembers the rest of it. How to prepare a meal, how to make a bed. He remembers his past glory.
Are we on number 5?
4. Oh, sorry, 5. My bad.
It's not a dream. We are going to those stars, Charlotte. Oh, my dear one.
Yes.
You and I will get away from here. We will fly together to the city of the night where we were meant to be free from all of this.
I got a movie question, Neil. Right there. Watch it. It's history.
Number 6.
Vad glor du på? Va? Är det mig du glor på? Skrik då! Skrik!
Okay, next.
You really trust. Excuse me that I do not join you. But I have already dined. And I never drink wine.
Here's probably the hardest one.
This self-obsession, it's a waste of living that could be spent on surviving things, appreciating nature, nurturing kindness and friendship, and dancing. You've been pretty lucky in love, though, if I may say so.
Okay, number 9.
This is my torture chamber. I don't come in here often anymore. I tended to torture when I was in a bad place.
I need to see a film.
And lastly.
Daddy, why did you eat my fries? I bought them and they were mine. But you ate them, yeah, you ate my fries. And I cried, but you didn't see me cry.
All right. So all the answers are in from both teams. Let's hear the clip from number 1 more time.
Michael, you're one of us! Let go! You are one of us, Michael!
And let's start with Meal. What did you guys have?
We went with the classic Lost Boys, and that was Kiefer Sutherland portraying David.
Okay. And how about you guys over there?
Lost Boys, and knew it was Keith Sutherland, but couldn't pull the name, so we just got Lost Boys.
Okay, and the answer is Lost Boys, and indeed the character's name is David. So good job on that one, Team Meal.
Nearly 6 centuries had passed since that night, yet the ancient blood feud proved unwilling to follow Lucian to the grave.
Let's start with Texas Connection on that one.
Pretty sure that it was Underworld, but I don't know the character name. I think Kate Beckinsale played her, but I don't know.
Okay, and Team Meal?
Yeah, we also went with Underworld, and she was Celine.
And it was Underworld, and Celine is her name.
All
so
right.
good job there. Number 3.
I like to do it. I enjoy it. Take your aesthetes, taste pure things. Kill them swiftly if you will. But do it! For do not doubt! You are a killer, Louis!
Let's start with Team Meal.
We went with Interview with the Vampire, and that was Tom Cruise playing Lestat.
We had the same Interview with the Vampire and Vampire Lestat.
You guys are both 100% correct. Now we're getting into the more difficult territory here. Number 4.
Had servants in 400 years, and then a man comes to his ancestral home, and he must convince him that he is like the man.
I had no idea. I don't think I've ever seen it, so.
Yeah, we don't know. I just said Blade and Wesley Snipes playing his character, Wesley Snipes the vampire.
That is The Shadow of the Vampire.
Oh.
And that was Max Schreck. This is the meta one because in this movie,
right.
Willem Dafoe plays Max Schreck, who in turn is playing Count Orlok, but Max Schreck is the vampire in this particular
Werner
movie.
Herzog.
Okay.
Right. Or no, that's, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I remember that movie now. Okay.
Okay, number 5. This was provided some difficulty for you guys, but you got as far as saying it was probably animated.
It's not a dream. We are going to those stars, Charlotte.
So what did you say, Meal?
We went with Charlotte's Web, and we said Some Pig.
And how about you guys?
Well, it did sound animated to me, and the only thing I could think of that had animated vampires in it was Castlevania, which I think they have a thing on Netflix right now, but that's what we put. We didn't have a character. Though.
Not a bad guess. Quick Draw? You want to help me out?
Sure. I only have one right, by the way. I've been keeping my own score this whole time since you've been excluding me. But it's the film is Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust, and the character is Master Link.
Ugh. It's Meyer Link.
Or Meyer Link, yeah.
Meyer Link's the character. Vampire Hunter D is the film.
Yeah, I only get one for the film.
Is that the vitamin that they take to make sure they get enough sun?
That's right. And next up is number 6.
Skrik då! Skrik!
I think that, we went with Let Me In. It sounded like they were speaking some like Swedish or whatever, which I thought that's where that movie came from. So that's what we came up with. Can't remember her name.
Okay. Team Meal.
So Let Me In was the American remake with Chloe Grace Moritz, but we went with the original Let the Right One In. I don't know the character.
Yeah.
And the correct answer is Let the Right One In. And the character's name in this is Ellie.
Ellie, okay.
Ellie, yeah. That's right.
All right, next clip.
You really trust. Excuse me that I do not join you.
Yeah, so for this one, I think we were pretty set. It was Bram Stoker's Dracula, character Dracula.
Okay. And how about you guys?
We also went Bram Stoker's Dracula, and I was just going to write Dracula. I don't know if that's character name, but we actually went Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah, I think we're fine either way here.
All right.
Same guy.
I was just going to accept Dracula, but...
Okay. I believe... Is he Vlad the Impaler, right?
Kind of. In certain mythos, yeah.
In that movie, though, they do the flashback, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I just want to make sure.
All right, and the most difficult one probably, number 8.
You've been pretty lucky in love, though. If I may say so.
Let's start with Texas Connection. Who wisely, mind you, said that Tilda Swinton was in this clip.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. I don't know the movie, but what was the one that you thought of, Liz?
We came up with another vampire movie that we didn't think was actually any of the clips, but we thought Queen of the Damned.
Queen of the Damned. How about you guys?
A vampire movie that deserved a shout out.
Produced by Timbaland. Yeah, we weren't sure. I heard the voice. I didn't think of Tilda Swinton. I was actually thinking of a newer film, Girl Walks Home Alone at Night.
And the correct answer is Only Lovers Left Alive, and Tilda Swinton's character in that is named Eve. And number 9, one of my favorites here.
This is my torture chamber. I don't come in here often anymore. I tended to torture when I was in a bad place.
Let's start with Team Meal.
Yeah, we went with Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement, What We Do in the Shadows.
No character?
I didn't know the character. I couldn't remember.
Okay. And you guys?
Yep. We also went with Jermaine Clement, What We Do in the Shadows, but we couldn't come up with the character name there.
Yep. His name here is Vlad or Vladislav the Poker. And number 10, I think Josh was getting a kick out of this one.
Daddy, why did you eat my fries? I bought them.
Yes.
Let's start with him.
It's Adventure Time, and that would be Marceline the Vampire Queen. This is one of Henry's favorite shows, and I'm very sad that it's over.
Yeah, I gotta finish that last season, but what about you guys?
Yeah, we didn't know this one at all, but I'll let Matt take it.
Oh, it sounded animated, so we just said Hotel Transylvania.
Okay, it is Adventure Time. Marceline the Vampire Queen.
I was ready for Buffy, Angel, Vampire Diaries, Twilight.
You and me both.
check my math if I'm wrong. You guys went from 30 to 80.
Yep.
I went from 70 to 80.
Yes.
And Texas Connection went from 70 to 115.
Ooh. Well, let's jump right into the second round here. And we're actually jumping into the second album from the same band, just for anybody who's playing along. All right. What famous fictional seducer made their first appearance in The Trickster of Seville and The Stone Guest around 1630? So the name of the work is The Trickster of Seville and The Stone Guest, just to be clear. That's one work.
For this one, we both immediately thought Casanova. But the more we thought about it, the more I think we talked ourselves out of the answer, because the book title that you gave was The Trickster of Seville. We're thinking Seville in Spain. And trickster implies maybe a little bit more deviousness. Casanova, I think we thought just made women fall in love with him. So we ended up changing our minds and going with Lothario.
Okay.
Yeah, Matt and I, we had listed 4 things over and over. We said Don Juan DeMarco, Casanova, threw Marquis de Sade in there, and then Matt said Medusa for the Stone Guests, and then it came down to Don Juan and Casanova, and we ended up going Casanova.
Quick draw?
I jokingly said Don Quixote.
He's tilting at windmills, but it's Don Juan is the correct Don we're looking for.
I didn't even think of that one.
Don Juan.
They're 50-50.
Yeah.
We're wrong. Perfect.
Alrighty.
At least we said it.
Yeah.
Number 2. Also known for eating old clothing and the bindings of old books, what creature recently became one half of perhaps the dumbest meme yet? It might appeal to Brick Tamland of Anchorman, though.
Yeah, we're locked in.
Okay.
That's fine.
Moths, because he loves lamp, and moths eat clothes.
So yeah, I say we go moths.
Okay, moths.
Yeah. My favorite of these memes is the guy with his girlfriend and the girl walking by, and they replaced it with a moth and then a lamp walking the other way. It's moth.
And quick draw?
I said moth.
And of course, Brick Tamlin loves lamp as well, but the answer is moth.
Yeah. That meme blew up quick, and it's probably been over for 2 months by the time you hear this.
Yeah, that's right. It still happened.
It's fast moving.
Okay, question number 3. Roughly, what is the difference between a hippogriff and a griffin in terms of special combination?
So I think hippogriff is from Harry Potter, and I believe it's the bird face, like an eagle face, and then like a horse body. And then a griffin is a lion face with wings.
It definitely has wings.
Or a griffin has lion. It has actually, I think
it's a lion's body with just wings, right?
Yeah, but it might have a different face too. But he said, what's the difference? So they both have wings. So that's the same.
Yeah.
So hippogriff, we were getting from Latin and Harry Potter. Knowing, I think in Latin that hippopotamus, we both kind of thought was the river horse. And knowing Harry Potter, Buckbeak, the hippogriff in Harry Potter has wings and flies. So I think we said for hippogriff that it was a combination of a horse and an eagle. And a griffin, I think we were narrowing down and we settled on a lion and an eagle. So I think the difference is hippogriff is a horse and eagle, griffin, a lion and eagle.
Okay. And for Team Meal.
Yeah, we just said that the difference was that the hippogriff had no lion in it, but the griffin does, and then the remaining parts were the same. Is that kind of what we were saying?
Yeah.
I think we were wrong, but
I don't know. It was one was they were, I don't know. It's tough to describe, but that's basically what it came down
So
to.
you're saying that the hippogriff is eagle and horse, and the griffin also has lion in the mix?
Yeah.
But also eagle and horse?
There's no horse in it.
Not in a griffin.
We said one has eagle, one's horse. I don't know.
Yeah, they both have eagle, but the hippogriff.
Yeah.
They both have eagle, but the griffin has a lion.
Yeah.
That's our answer. I don't know. That's probably wrong, but.
So what are the official combinations.
Oh, so you do? Okay.
We never said eagle. We said bird. We said
Bird.
bird and horse and bird and eagle. Or bird and the lion. Why is it so hard?
Right, so one has horse, one has lion.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Mixed with a bird.
Quick draw.
Eagle head and lion's head. I think the bodies are otherwise the same.
Okay, you are incorrect. One is eagle horse, and the other is eagle lion. So Texas Connection and Meal will be getting points.
All right.
All right, next question. We all know by this point that Daniel Day-Lewis is the greatest actor alive, but he can't be infallible. Many would argue that What musical, which he starred in, did not meet his standard, as it only has a 5.9 rating on IMDb, not an 8.5.
Locked in.
It's a good clue. We're in.
Infallible may be a clue, but I don't know.
Yeah, I hit the same thing. Infallible, 5.9 rating versus an 8.5.
Is there something about ice skating?
Kerrigan the musical. Why?
I got nothing.
I've got nothing too, and that's driving me crazy because I really like musicals.
Yeah.
I've got absolutely nothing.
I got nothing. Yeah. I'll tap.
Sounds like they're tapping. Meal?
I like the clue there about 8.5, a Fellini reference. The musical, I believe, was directed by Rob Marshall, who's done some other movie musicals like Chicago, Into the Woods, and the Mary Poppins Returns. But I believe it is 9.
Quick draw.
I've never heard of this, so I have nothing.
Yep, 9, which is a rough remake of Fellini's 8.5. It is 9. Came out 10 years ago or so, roughly.
No idea.
Big name cast of female co-stars.
Yep.
Penelope
I was
Cruz.
gonna say that's the one with all of the women,
Yeah.
and it's like Selma Hayek and a bunch of people.
Yes. All right, next question. What is the third longest river to run at least partially in China after the Yangtze and the Yellow River?
Is that it? The Red River?
I mean, we're not gonna get anything closer.
I feel like a color is correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd be okay going Pearl River. I'm just not super confident in anything on this question.
Okay, let's go with Pearl. We'll lock in with Pearl.
Okay.
Okay, Meal?
Yeah, we weren't sure on this one. I remember writing a question for something that Jeff liked. It had to do with like a flag, and then I had a clue about yellow, and then I believe it was another color. And we said Red River, but I don't even know if that's a river.
All right, quick draw.
I guessed the Mekong.
Mekong is correct.
Matt
was terribly close because he said Mahjong.
Yeah.
You were close. And Mekong in Chinese is red, so we get 10 points too.
It is not.
None of that is correct.
Mekong is not red in Chinese. Red in Chinese is Hong Si.
Oh, we got 2 here. 2 Chinese experts.
No.
That's cool though.
All right, next question here. Similar to rodeo, charreada is the official sport of what country?
I mean, the charreada sounds Spanish, obviously, but it could also be Italian. But
Oh yeah, charreada. Well, I don't know. Yeah, like I mean, it could be griffins, riding griffins.
well, it's the official sport. Is that what it?
Yes.
Where else has like?
Well, let's not overthink this and just go Spain.
Okay.
On this one, we had a couple of thoughts, but we ended up saying, and don't cry for us on this one. We went Argentina.
Okay, and quick draw.
I believe this one is Old Mexico.
And it is Mexico.
All right.
Oh.
All right. So, tied for second place, teams Meal and Quick Draw with 110 apiece. Still in a slight lead, Team Texas Connection with 135.
Numero 7. Start counting your teeth, assuming you have the usual and healthy number of teeth, all in the correct spots of an adult human. How many bicuspids are in your mouth right now?
So you think it's all the teeth that aren't molars?
No, sorry, 32 minus 6.
Because you have your.
Well, you have your canines,
Uh-huh.
your incisors, and then your 2 front teeth.
So you think it's everything that's not that or molars?
Maybe.
You want to go with like
6,
8?
maybe 12.
12. 12's a good number.
That's fine. We can go 8 if you want.
Let's go 8. We're locked in with 8.
Okay.
We're gonna say 4.
Okay, 4 and quick draw.
I think if you have all of your vestigial teeth, it's 20, 16 regular molars, and 4 wisdom. So I said 20.
Okay, so the bicuspids are the teeth that are in between your molars and your canines.
Ooh.
With the, if you feel in your mouth with your tongue right now, there's 2 peaks on those teeth. Bicuspids. Molars have 4. So, assuming you have
It'd be 8.
2 on each side per top and bottom, it would be 8 total.
Oh, what a guess. What a guess.
Nice,
And
well done.
For the record, I do not actually have all my teeth. I am missing 1 pair of incisors on the top, and due to years of orthodontia, I have a normal smile currently.
Oh, good for you.
Before embarking on a new profession as a fashion model, somewhat by chance, Jeremy Meeks became known by the internet under what alias for being associated with a different career? And career is in quotes.
Jeremy Meeks is the guy who had the hot headshot and he became a model. He was a criminal.
Oh.
He was
Yeah, what was so the meme name, right?
Yeah. It was felon, hot felon.
No, he's not far off.
The dude, he had a teardrop on his cheek. He was at Fashion Week for New York within like 6 months of getting released.
His name wasn't Jeremy. It was they
what are names for criminal? There's like felon, robber,
con
cutie con man.
Fine.
Pick a combination of words, guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're in.
We're pretty sure he's the hot mugshot guy, the like hot criminal, I guess. So I guess he's a career criminal. I don't know if we needed to be more specific on what he got arrested for.
Just what's his
Basically,
fake name?
his meme name, more or less.
2 meme questions.
Like Bad Luck Brian, whatever.
Oh, so hot mugshot guy.
Hot mugshot guy, sure.
Yeah.
All right, hot mugshot guy.
That was our long
How about you
discussion.
guys?
We were trying to come up with this name, and we came up with a bunch of stupid ones, and we ended up. What did it, Cutie Con Man?
Cutie Con Man.
What about Quick Draw over here?
I have never heard of this guy. I don't spend a lot of time on the internet. So.
All right. Well, the first words out of Neal's mouth were hot felon, and it's hot felon.
Oh my God!
But I'll tell you what. I'm going to give points to Texas Connection and Meal just for knowing who that guy was.
Yeah, we knew who it was.
So points to you guys.
To be fair, he should have been called the Cutie Con Man because that's way better.
I mean, the fact that I knew he had a teardrop tattoo on his cheek should have been enough.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough for me, quite frankly. All right, next. What film features Elijah Wood eating dinner, which is actually just a potato, with Gogol Bordello frontman Eugene Hutz?
They do the soundtrack. It's something sunshine. Everything is sunshine, or everything is illuminated. Okay, we're in.
I can't think of a movie that.
Lord of the Rings. Everything is illuminated.
Let's go with that.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll agree with that. Everything is illuminated.
All right, they're in with Everything is Illuminated, and Neal says?
Yeah, I believe it's the Liev Schreiber directed movie. Everything is illuminated.
Quick Draw.
I had no idea, so I said Pleasantville.
Turns out everything is illuminated. Good job. Points to you guys.
Nice poll there.
Thank you.
Right at the last minute.
Yeah.
All right, and the last question of regulation. In terms of length, which is bigger, an American football field not including the end zones or the Hollywood sign?
Do you want to go football field?
I think we could go football field.
Okay.
I was trying to remember from the Justin Timberlake movie Friends with Benefits when he gets like picked up off of the Hollywood sign from a helicopter. And I think I'm leaning that the Hollywood sign is longer just because 9 letters, each letter would only need to be a little over 10, 12 yards. So
Yeah.
Hollywood.
I totally agree.
Okay, they're in with the Hollywood sign, and you guys say?
Yeah, we didn't think that. We figured the letters would actually about 10 to 12 feet in length. You've got 9 letters. You're looking at 120, 130 feet. And then if you spaced them out 10 feet apart, then you're throwing another 100, which still only gets you about 260 feet, which is less than 300 feet, which is the football field. So we said football field was longer.
Quick Draw.
I guess that a football field was longer.
All right. Well, I have not gazed on this sign myself, but according to my research, it would be 44 feet tall, 352 feet long. So, in other words, if you centered the sign in the football field, it would basically be in the end zones. The ends would be in the end zones. So the answer is Hollywood sign.
All right, so the scores going into the final round. Team Quick Draw finally in last place, 130. Slightly ahead of me is Team Meal with 140. And our current leaders, they've been since the swing round, is Team Texas Connection with 165.
All right, moving into the final round. I'm about to announce the categories. Just for the record, the mystery theme is currently over, so these are disassociated. All right, your categories are words you can say on TV, theater etiquette I can get behind, obligatory Simpsons jam, cake news, and, well, I don't know what I expected.
All of the wagers are in.
Questions, please.
Money, please.
I have never answered more questions right in my entire life.
All right, so question number 1, words you can say on TV. What word was used in the original Battlestar Galactica and its reboot as a clever workaround for the infamous F word?
No.
Fork.
And number 2, theater etiquette I can get behind. What 1960s film broke convention when the director insisted on a no late admission policy to his film? Number 3, obligatory Simpsons jam. According to Homer, when he was 17 and drank a very good beer for the first time, what name was on his fake ID? And also, what band did he stay up late listening to? It's not fake news, it's cake news. Let them eat cake is a phrase often uttered to describe a misunderstanding and disregard for the lower classes from the upper crust. Although it was most likely not said by her, what wife of Louis XVI is this quote often attributed to? And lastly, well, I don't know what I expected. I was shopping around at Borders Books in 2004 and wanted to pick up a copy of The Jungle Book. Unfortunately, they were out of copies, and I settled for The Jungle instead. There were no talking animals in that one, but I sure do know a lot about what specific industry that the book focuses on.
Yeah.
Everybody is in. Let's do this thing.
Okay, number 1. Words you can say on TV. What word was used in the original Battlestar Galactica and its reboot as a clever workaround for the infamous F word?
Oh, okay. Well, with 15 points we said frack.
We also said frack.
How many points on that?
They had 10.
Okay, and you, Quick Draw.
I wagered 15. When this question came up, I originally said fork because of my
Good Place.
Yep, my affinity for The Good Place, but I believe it is frack.
It is frack. All right, theater etiquette I can get behind. What 1960s film broke convention when the director insisted on a no late admission policy to his film?
All right, and the wagers on this one, I had 0. Team Meal had 15, and Texas Connection had 20.
Tejas Connection?
We went with Psycho.
I prefer the audience doesn't see the end of the film. Psycho.
And I didn't write anything because I didn't have a wager.
Okay. And it is Psycho. Good job, guys. All right, obligatory Simpsons jam. According to Homer, when he was 17 and drank a very good beer for the first time, what name was on his fake ID and what band did he stay up listening to?
And the wagers on the Simpsons question, I wagered 5. Team Meal wagering a big 20. And 0 for the Texas Connection.
Okay, let's go over to Matt for his surely his team's answer.
Yeah, it's I believe he used a fake ID. His name was Jimmy McGee, and he stayed up listening to Queen.
All right, and Texas Connection?
We didn't come up with anything for the name. I just put down Doobie Brothers. Yeah.
Okay, and Quick Draw.
I know I've seen this episode, but I just drew a blank, so I think I'm losing those 5 points.
All right, well, his name was Brian McGee,
yeah.
and he did stay up listening to Queen, so unfortunately no points on that one. All right, it's not fake news, it's cake news. Let them eat cake is a phrase often uttered to describe a misunderstanding and disregard for the lower classes from the upper crust. Although it was most likely not said by her, what wife of Louis XVI is this quote often attributed to? Let's go with Texas Connection.
So wagers on this one. Team Quick Draw had 10, shared by Texas Connection, and 0 was the wager for our friends over in Team Meal.
Mm-hmm.
Texas?
We believe that this quote is mistakenly attributed to Marie Antoinette.
Meal?
Marie Antoinette.
And Quick Draw.
I said Kirsten Dunst as Marie Antoinette.
It was Kirsten Dunst as Marie Antoinette. Good job, guys. And well, I don't know what I expected. Was shopping around at Borders Books in 2004 and wanted to pick up a copy of The Jungle Book. Unfortunately, they were out of copies and I settled for The Jungle instead. There were no talking animals, but I sure know a lot about what specific industry that the book focuses on. Wagers.
All right, Team Meal with the low bet had 5. Team Quick Draw had 15 at stake, and Texas Connection, I always want to say Texas Chainsaw because I wrote TC down, had 20 for their wager.
All right, let's start with Texas.
Well, as you were reading the question, we were both writing down things. We went with Rudyard Kipling, then we went to Upton Sinclair, and then finally Meatpacking.
Okay, and Team Meal.
Yeah, I wrote down Upton Sinclair right away. I thought that was going to be what the clue was going towards, but we ended up writing Meatpacking.
And Quick Draw.
I believe this happened right in our backyard, Chicago Meatpacking District.
All right, a very strong final round. Let's get those final scores.
With 155 points, Team Meal is in third place.
Morose Meal today.
It is a morose meal. Slightly edging them out at 165 was Team Quick Draw. And with a whopping 225, it goes to show you don't mess with Texas. Texas Connection.
Yay. You are the cream of the crop.
But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Great
All
game, guys.
Yeah, great. That was
Claps
awesome.
all around.
Golf clap.
You guys were a great team together, too. You guys never played trivia together, right?
No.
Should play together more often. You guys are good.
No kidding.
You have to come defend your title another time.
And you guys can just mail me that check anytime. And speaking of checks, once again, thank you to Josh, who is a United States champion. And Jeff, want to tell us a little bit about Patreon?
Well, I'm sure you've heard everything there is to know about our Patreon, but you really don't know until you get in there and check it out for yourself. For as little as $1 a month, you can support the show directly. $5 and up gets you access to all of our bonus episodes, which are really fun, really great. We tend to keep them very lighthearted.
And uncensored.
Still a bit of trivia. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they are a little less serious, but they...
Yeah, and we have like eight or 9 up there now, right?
Oh, we have... I think we have more than a dozen.
One of them's on Jeff's grooming habits, which is kind of weird, but it's trivial.
So $5 gets you about, I don't know, 6 more hours of content.
At least.
$1 a day feeds a podcaster.
I will remember.
We always devolve into Sarah McLachlan, and I can't figure out why. We're not that sad.
Pretty sad.
So yes, no, and then our T-shirts, which will have just come out at this point. If you haven't gotten in on the initial run, which has just passed, if you support us at the $10 and higher level, you will still get discounts on those and other merchandise that we have. And check out even our Triviality box, which is kind of a nice swag box we put together. Some favorite things of ours, also some Triviality things, so you can share with friends and family. And if you feel like we have earned your support, you can do so at patreon.com/trivialitypodcast.
Well, a special thank you to our guests today, Josh Head and Liz Hoffman. You can join them over on our Facebook group, The Crop, where there's a lot of gifts, a lot of different hijinks going on.
Neal loves those gifts.
He's always pushing it.
Loves the gifts. I do. There's a question of the day provided by our friend Jason Borsom over at Liquid Courage, so you'll be able to see that.
Sometimes we give you the answers.
Sometimes we give you the answers in the question, in the post. But please join us over there. We're almost at 300 members, I believe, which is pretty sweet. We're moving on up over there. But we really appreciate all the emails we've been getting in support of Bloodsport, which was a lot of fun, and just about what we've been doing, about asking for merchandise, which is out now, and we hope everyone likes it. And I guess we could throw it over to maybe Liz first. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to, or tell us about yourself a little bit more?
Sure, I'll give a shout out to my regular trivia team. We change names pretty often, but our most recent team name was the Les Miserables. That was the Heather, Lisa, Jonathan, and Nathan. So we routinely come in third place, but it's a lot of fun.
Well, we hope that name can last one day more.
Nice.
Sorry, I also love musicals.
No one knew that.
And Josh, we know about Henry. Henry, if you're listening, if it's in the morning, have fun at school. If it's at night, go to bed, please. But Josh, who would you like to give a shout out to?
I'll also shout out my trivia team, the Hobo Goat Family. We play at Tuesday nights at Moon Tower Saloon here in Austin. And so if you want to come out and try and beat us, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Well, thanks again to our guests for Skyping in to us today and giving us a couple hours of their time. And thank you for listening and giving us a couple hours of your time. For my co-hosts, Jeff, Neal, Matt, and our guests, Josh and Liz, my name is Ken, and that was Triviality.
When I was 17, I drank some very good beer. I drank some very good beer I purchased with a fake ID. My name was Brian McGee. I stayed up listening to Queen when I was 17.